Podcast. I am your host, Scotty D, and I am joined here by MPT, Maddie Thompson. How you
What's
doing,
up?
man?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, we got a big game coming up in a few minutes, and I figured that we'd discuss a little bit about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, kickoff, it says right here. I got the TV already on, about 45 minutes away.
Mhm. So, I mean, Bama's rolled through the SEC this year. The SEC wasn't as up as it has been in the past. They did have that loss to Ole Miss, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But besides that, they've done well. Um, Clemson, on the other hand, like we've been talking about before, Clemson, we were waiting for Clemson to quote unquote pull a Clemson because they've had talent for years, and every year it seems like this is the year. This is the year, and they always seem to screw it up. But I don't know, Matt. I feel like you have some faith in Clemson this year.
I mean, like, just like as you talk about, you can just list off all the names. Just DeAndre Hopkins, Sammy Watkins. You have Martavis Bryant, Andre Ellington, C.J. Spiller. You can even go to the defensive side of the ball. Daquan Bowers, Gaines Adams. Even back in the day, ball hawk Brian Dawkins. Talent across. You'd
Who
think
was the
they'd have
quarterback? Who was the quarterback too? A couple years ago,
Taj. They
Taj
had
Boyd.
Taj Boyd. They had Clipboard Jesus, Charlie Whitehurst. Um,
That's
I
a lot
mean,
of talent, man. That's a
just a lot
lot
of
of
NFL
NFL
talent that they've
talent.
never put together. So, I mean, I have faith. I mean, because they just haven't pulled that Clemson yet. And it's not like I don't like Bama. I don't hate. I am like indifferent on Bama.
Mhm.
Um, it's not like I hate them
I
like
feel the
Ohio State or
same.
Notre Dame. But
I I've watched a lot of Bama this year just because I mean they seem to always be on that primetime game. If it's not 8 o'clock, it's that 3:30 game or something like that. So I've
yeah,
seen a lot of Bama. I'm not impressed with Coker. I think he's their quarterback, Jake Coker. He's inconsistent at best. He could throw short passes pretty well, but when he throws that deep ball, you don't know who's coming down with it, in my opinion.
what the old school Carson Palmer, Huck and Chuck.
Yeah, basically.
Ugh. But
But
I mean, Clemson. I like them just because of Dabo Swinney. Like I wasn't going into this college football playoff. I predicted Oklahoma, Alabama, with Alabama on top. I still feel like Alabama's going to win, but I'm pulling for Clemson just because of Dabo Swinney and what he's brought. I mean, he has those kids having fun out there. You can tell that they're having fun. I mean, he had a pizza party for like 20, 30,000 fans,
that's awesome.
shut shut down an amusement park for the team just for them to use. You know, he has that thing, the motto, all in. Uh, After they win, we dance, as a quote unquote livest locker room in the country. It has me pulling them for a little bit. I mean, Bama's won 3 national championships, I believe, under Saban. They've been there before, so I'd like to see someone new, but it's just going to be real tough. That Alabama team is big, fast, strong. Um, their linemen, their defensive line is like probably the best unit in the country. I believe they have Reed, Allen, and Ashawn Robinson. Those three guys are probably going to be first-round picks come May in the NFL draft. And they have the linebacker in the middle. They always seem to have that inside linebacker like Reggie Ragland. In the past, it's been C.J. Mosley, Donta Hightower, and Rolando McClain. So it's
Yeah, did you say CJ Mosley too? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The rookie, he's the rookie on the Ravens, I believe, or last year was a rookie.
Yeah.
But
They also had Clinton Dix. Haha,
yeah, haha, Clinton
Clinton
Dix,
Dix.
Dre Kirkpatrick in a corner, from that plays on the Bengals. But it's definitely going to be tough for Clemson. But the way they've been playing, and like it seems to be going their way this year, so this year could be the year for them.
Yeah, I agree completely. I'm trying to pull up pull a tweet out right now so people can check us out on YouTube, but I don't know what the link is. So guess that's it's up here actually. That's a long link. Um, but yeah, I mean, besides that, I mean, I like Alabama in this game because of their defense and because I feel like they're just gonna pound the rock. Just give it to Henry.
Yeah.
Henry. And then after you've given it to Henry 7 times, you go play action and do a wheel route with Kenyon Drake, is it? Is that his first name?
Yeah, you got Kenyon Drake is the one of the backs. You got, I think it's Ardarius Stewart is one of the receivers. Obviously, Calvin Ridley, the freshman stud, and
Ridley's amazing.
they have another receiver that the name is escaping me off the top of my head. Hold on one sec. But yeah, but I believe with the Clemson defense, they're actually decent against the run. It's like their passing defense is what gets them in trouble. But that works in their favor with the quarterback going up against a quarterback like Coker.
Yeah, definitely, because Coker's inaccurate, and he throws that ball. And if I mean, I would contemplate keeping a safety to shadow Ridley a lot, depending on how well he's playing.
Well, the thing is too,
that or match up your best corner and just try to lock him down.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Clemson's best corner, Mackenzie Alexander, who could potentially be a first-round pick if he declares this year. I believe he's a redshirt sophomore. It just came out like a couple hours ago that he's going to be not playing or very limited due to a hamstring injury suffered against Oklahoma. He's their best cover corner by far, best player in the secondary, arguably their best defensive player besides Shaq Lawson, who's an end for them. That's gonna hurt. I mean, that could be just setting up for Ridley to feast all day.
You're right.
So
yeah, I didn't know that. That's great. That's a great take right there. And who knows what they're gonna do now with him out? That's a big loss.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to have a lot of whoever's gonna be covering Ridley. If Alexander's not ready to go,
Alexander is on TV right now in pads.
He's probably. I mean, it's the national championship. You gotta get it. You gotta go.
Yeah, exactly. It's just he'll test it and see how it goes, how it works. He's just got to play through the pain. But yeah. I mean, besides that, is there anything else you wanted to add?
I mean, right now, it says right now he's a game time decision, but he's out there in pads. I expect him to play. I expect this to be a better game than most. I believe the line was 7. It moved to 6.5 for Bama. One of the things they said, too, with that powerful rush or powerful push up front from that defensive line, that could work in Clemson's favor or Deshaun Watson's favor, because that could just set him up to scramble and make plays on the run or move with his feet. He had over 1,000 yards rushing this year as a quarterback. I mean, Clemson had 2,000-yard rushes. Their running back, Wayne Gallman, was also a 1,000-yard rusher.
Now, does Bama have the linebackers to be able to shadow Watson?
They have that dude, Reggie Ragland, who I mentioned was the upcoming or the next in line of that inside linebacker from Bama. I'm not positive how good in coverage he is, as opposed to C.J. Mosley. He was one of the better cover linebackers in the draft last year. I haven't really watched too much of Bama. I watched a couple games. I remember. I mean, one of the games I watched was intently was that LSU Bama game, because I'm like in the SEC, I pull for LSU. In Georgia on the other side.
Go Tigers.
And if I definitely think probably not. I was gonna say if Nick Chubb didn't get hurt, they would have. I think they definitely probably would have represented the East, but they still would have fallen to Bama in the SEC championship, just because their defense was highly regarded going into this year. They underperformed, they underwhelmed, and Georgia's quarterback play was something left to be desired. Georgia has a 5-star recruit committed to them, Jacob Eason. So maybe he could have that Stafford or Aaron Murray effect to bring them back into contention. Because
Mettenberger.
Mettenberger was at Georgia and transferred to LSU.
Yeah, after a little incident.
But, I mean, now Georgia has Alabama's defensive coordinator, Kirby Smart, after tonight's game, which is a weird thing, which they mentioned is a weird thing. That usually when you become a head coach of another school, you leave that school or don't coach in their bowl game. But he, I guess, got granted permission or was allowed to stay with Alabama until the national championship.
Well, I believe from what I believe how it goes is yeah, he's allowed to stay. Usually they leave because they go on they have to start their recruiting immediately. But I heard somewhere that there's like a recruiting pause up until tonight, and then tomorrow everything you can recruit again. So I may be wrong on that, but I did hear that somewhere that was one of the reasons that he was able to stay because he was not going to lose a ton of time on recruiting. And I mean, Kirby Smart, he's been with Saban for 7 straight years, and they've been a pretty good tag team. So I expect I expect big things from Georgia coming up. But
Yeah, in the next couple of years, I mean, LSU as well. I think LSU has a top 5 recruiting class right now. They've had a lot of good guys coming in just to get. I mean, I think it would be nice. I mean, we're getting a little off topic here, but I think it would be nice to see Georgia win one or make it to the national championship after being so close for so many years, as they are in the same boat as Clemson, where they Georgia it, where they come up and just fuck up somehow really dumb.
yeah, they can't seal the deal. It's never going to happen because LSU would knock them off in the SEC championship.
I mean,
But
it would be LSU or Bama. Yeah, they've been historically better because I don't see. I mean, Jim McElwain's got a nice thing going so far with what Florida's doing his first year with Florida, getting them to the SEC championship, but they are just very bad on offense. I don't see a quarterback that they have coming in that could, change the tides for them. I think they're still going to be strong defensively like they usually are, but they need that quarterback.
Yeah. Just give me 1 sec. I'm trying to tweet out this link, even though we're basically done with the podcast. Do you have a prediction for tonight, Matt?
I'm going to go 30-24 Clemson.
30-24 Clemson. Wow. All right. That's pretty close to mine. I was going to say 27-24 Alabama.
Like I said, I think Bama's going to win, but I'm pulling for Clemson, and I'm all in. Like they said, I'm all in. Cash putting in all the chips. I'm all in on Clemson.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I guess that's going to end the first edition on the pilot podcast of Undrafted. Look for us. We will be reviewing and previewing different things for sporting events from now on. And yeah, just keep looking for us. You can find us on YouTube at Undrafted and at Depot12S. And Matt, what's your handle?
We got MPT117 here. You can see it on the screen, I believe. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it will show up, but
yeah, it's just small on mine. And then Undrafted is with the E, correct? So
Undrafted, the Twitter is the 3 is an E. Undrafted,
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to find us, you can look us up on our Twitter handles, and we'll always be posting anything new. Thanks for joining, and go Bama.
Go Clemson. Let's go.
Thanks for stopping by, Matt. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Hopefully we can make this more of an occurrence, I guess. Hopefully do this more often because it's something I'd like to do. Absolutely. And I have fun doing it. So.
Me too. Tomorrow, for anyone that's going to be interested, I will be reviewing the Serial podcast with hopefully with 2 people that have military experience. Season 2 of Serial is about Bo Bergdahl and his alleged desertion. One of the people hopefully that will be joining me is Connor. You can find him at Captain Cons. He does the podcast with Big Cat and Clem, I believe. They reviewed MTV's The Challenge. So hopefully we'll have Connor on tomorrow to talk a little bit about Serial. And that's all from here. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. It was our first podcast, so bear with us. We'll get better as time goes by.
And we'll definitely be lasting longer. We just wanted to, test this out, try this out, and see how it works. So hopefully you liked the little snippet or little preview that we gave you. And we'll just keep on trying to get better as we go on.
Absolutely. All right, that's all from us over here. Take care, everyone, and like I said, go Bama.